Hello sim racers and welcome to RearView Racing. So of course at the moment there is no Formula 1 racing going on for the time being, for the foreseeable future, due to the ongoing global battle with COVID-19. So I thought I'd jump on Assetto Corsa and get my Formula 1 fix from the RSS Formula Hybrid 2019 mods, racing it around a few circuits. Now, I've recently jumped on the Lausitz Ring to do a couple of DTM races as well, because I quite like the circuit, and I noticed that the Tri-Oval has been added to the roster at the Lausitz Ring mod. The mod is in the description below to download free on the race department, and I thought to myself, I wonder what a Formula 1 race would look like around a Tri-Oval. So I've jumped in Lando Norris's 2019 car, and we're going to do about a 6-lap race and see what it looks like. So here we are at the Lausitz Ring, ready for lights out in Lando Norris's 2019 McLaren, and off we go. That is not a good start, lots and lots of wheel spin, but it's all about the slipstream. Now as we head up through the gears, up into 7th gear, I feel like we'll be staying in that for the entirety of the race. I can't see why we'd ever change down as we head into the first corner now. So, a couple of things about this circuit. It is a tri-oval circuit with 3 straights and 3 corners. The 2 straights, other than the main straight for the pit lane, have DRS enabled. The other one in front of the pit lane does not, so that adds a little bit of tactics involved. Now if any of you have watched NASCAR or IndyCar, you'll know that slipstream is king, and being in that slipstream at all times is extremely important. So first lap has already been completed. I'm going to try and go down the inside of a few of these cars here and head into the first corner. What I will say is this AI around this track are a little bit jittery. They do seem to throw themselves all around the circuit with reckless abandon, so it is, highly recommended to give them a little bit of space, otherwise they will probably pelt you off. This is not my first attempt at doing this race, I have to admit. This has taken me a few times. So as we head through the second lap now, we're just behind the Red Bull, we're just passing it down the inside and trying to see if we can stay in that slipstream. So it's all about using that KERS. Again, you will not generate any KERS at all because you're not doing any braking. Let's head into the first corner now. We are looking at potentially 4 wide up ahead as the Haas makes a little bit of contact with the Renault, and we are now 3 wide with the Ferrari on the outside. I'm going to try look at that slipstream right on the outside. I'm not going to be able to get through them at all, so I'm going to have to hold back for now and see how I can get through. Leave them at it, leave them to sort it out amongst themselves, and hopefully I can pick up the scraps. Again, we're going to get a really good slipstream, but there's no way through, so we're just going to have to hold off for now, try and keep in the slipstream of all of them. The Renault's had a bit of a compromised exit, but I've had to slow down a little bit because the Ferrari was on the outside of me, and that's now got the initiative going into the first corner. Very exciting racing. Can you imagine if this was real life? Everyone would be glued to their screens for the entire of the hour-and-a-half races. And we've just been held up a little bit again. We've got the Toro Rosso. I could not pull out from behind the Renault because the Toro Rosso was right there. I could see it on my proximity arrows. And it's really easy to sort of slow down, and then you're out of that slipstream, and then you're in real trouble. But we're just behind now the Renault, and hopefully we can close out. Big bump going into that corner, into the final corner, and there's a bit of touching, a bit of wheel banging going on ahead from the Toro Rosso as we've got a really good slipstream trying down the inside. The Ferrari's gone ahead and taken that initiative, so I'm going to try and stick behind my teammate Carlos Sainz and see if I can pick up one of those slipstreams. Again, lots of touching, lots of wheel banging all over the place ahead. There's a little gap on the outside. Can I get through it? No, there's just not enough room, and I've had to slow down, which again compromises your ability to be able to keep up with the pack in front. Lots of people on the inside now. It's a Renault. Don't know where that Ferrari's gone, but the Renault is back. Again, DRS open up to 210 miles an hour into the final corner. Oh, and there's a bit of wheel banging again, and that's compromised all 3 of them in front of me, so I'm going to try and go down the inside of all 3 of them. It shows you how quickly that can go. 2 laps to go in this 6-lap race, and we are in the lead. Now, any oval driver will tell you being in the lead of these races is extremely tricky. No slipstream and they'll be all over you. So my tactics are to essentially stay ahead as much as possible, of course, but also be slightly tactical in terms of letting them overtake and then re-overtake them using the slipstream. So we're not going to be able to hold behind the Toro Rosso of Kvyat, so that's great. Anything's possible with that bloke, so I'll definitely give him a wide berth as we head into the final corner and then the final lap. So we're going to overtake him at this point because there's no point slowing down. We can try and stay away from a bit of the pack. So now I'm ahead. I'm thinking about potentially, I'm not going to slow down because that's not important. If they want to overtake me, they can. So we're going to stick it right in the middle of the racetrack. We've got cars left and right of us, but we've got a good exit out of that corner, and we are able to stay ahead at this point. So As we head into the second to last corner, I feel like I'm going to be overtaken one way or another, and we'll find out what my challenger is to the line. Could be that Toro Rosso. No, it's the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel of all people. So as we head into the final corner now, he's blocking that inside line. Not the best exit. Use all my curves up, see if I can get him at the line. But unfortunately, I'm not succeeding. So second place at the Lausitz Ring. Well, I can't deny that was an exciting race to take part in, even if it was just 6 laps. Will this happen in real life? Chances are probably not. But I wouldn't rule anything out, especially with Liberty Media bringing up Formula One around the world in terms of bringing it to new markets. So anything's possible coming up in the next few years. Of course, at the moment, we're not getting any Formula One racing or any racing at all, motorsport around the world due to the ongoing battle with COVID-19. So most of us are resigned to the fact of racing virtually for the time being. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more content from myself. But thank you very much for watching RearView Racing, and I'll see you next time.